get the Hello everyone.
Hi.
It's the Jimm
And Dave.
Beer Review.
See, I did a beer review with 2 fingers that time because we're super serious this time.
Yes, we're always super serious. I'm always serious about drinking beer.
Yes, because that's what alcoholics do. No, seriously. Don't drink and drive. Okay. Now, Dave, I think we're in for a surprise today.
Yes.
Usually I ask you what's on tap, but this time I'm going to tell you.
You tell me.
On top this week is Lancaster Milk Stout. Now, when you think of stout, did you ever think you'd hear the word milk in that description?
No, I did not. But being Lancaster, I thought maybe farm, milk.
Not too bad. That's pretty good. Well, basically, as my understanding goes, is back when stout was a very popular beer in England in the previous couple centuries, I should say. What, 150 years ago?
And porters are mostly from England.
Exactly.
The workers drank them.
They were trying to make them a little bit sweeter. Now, generally, lactose is not something that you can ferment. It doesn't agree with the yeast, apparently. But in this particular case, in full disclosure, I have had this before, and I recommended it highly to Dave. He bought a case of it.
I did.
Now,
not so much I trust his judgment.
As one of the few surviving examples of the traditional English sweet stout, see, this is a little on the sweet side.
Okay.
We are pleased to offer a dark ale bursting with roasted barley dryness, mellowed by an additional non-fermentable lactose sugar.
Non-fermentable.
Lactose sugar.
Sugar.
Providing a minimal sweetness. Now, this is not like drinking a soda. This is still
thank goodness.
A stout.
I'm here to drink beer, not soda.
Absolutely. Now, the hops are Cascade and Goldings, and hopefully you'll get some of that in the bouquet. The alcohol by volume is respectable, 5.3.
It's okay.
It's medium. You don't, from what I've experienced so far, yeah, it's really interesting when the beers have a lot of alcohol, and those will last a long time. Yeah. But generally speaking, you know, if you're used to kicking back a few, you don't want to get too out of there. Now, the International Bitterness Units, IBUs as they're called, only 22.
That's good for me.
That's good for Dave. So again, he likes that. Yes. The availability for this is year-round. Cases, kegs, variety packs, and on tap at the brewery. And since I believe Lancaster is in Pennsylvania, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, I've been to Lancaster.
That's usually where the Amish are, huh?
Yes.
Now it says stout brewed with lactose, as we have already covered.
Yes, we got a cow on the front here, people.
Brewed by Lancaster Brewing Company, Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania. Within
Barre.
driving distance of where we are.
Yes, within driving distance.
Absolutely. So, Dave, I think you're really going to like this one. I recommended it, and you took me up on my recommendation.
Yes, I did.
I don't believe you're going to be disappointed with this one.
I certainly hope not.
Because
I'll tell you one thing, though, I noticed already off the bat, before we even look at everything else, look at the cap.
This is a very boring cap.
Very boring.
Now, Lancaster County in Pennsylvania is usually what's associated with the Amish. Yeah. The Amish are plain folk. Now, whether or not this was intentional or they're just cheap.
It's just plain bottle.
Nothing on the bottle cap there. Very
usually
plain.
I see a lot of stuff on bottle caps. Nothing.
Is there a coincidence? Maybe, maybe not. Let's pour our own beers. I'm going to pour mine a little higher because I want to get a little bit of some foam on this one. Oh, look at that.
That's good.
I got a little bit more head than you, buddy.
That's okay. I don't need that much.
So to speak.
I always like to get something.
Yeah, Dave needs a little something once in a while.
Something, people.
Well, I would say this is pretty big. Look at the color, buddy, first.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah.
This is as dark. This is opaque. You cannot see through it. I think this is your traditional stout that you love so much.
I watched other videos before, and I was told by other people that I can't believe now is that there's a little bit of a red U around it. And
in
I
this
don't
particular one, you
see
mean?
any red U around this at all.
Well, we may not have any sunlight.
Maybe it's the total light. I mean, I got light all over the place. I got the lights all over. I got the TV.
Well, these are incandescent lights. There's a TV in front of us. There's this.
I don't see any redness at all. It's totally oblique.
Oblique. Yeah, it's kind of oblique.
It's totally black. Opaque.
But, you know, nice caramel sort of color to the foam.
Not a lot of the foam's going down.
Well, I poured it so we have a little bit more foam. Have a sniff.
Oh.
It does have a sweetness to it, doesn't it?
Yes, very much sweetness.
Now, I don't know if this is necessarily a good scent for me. It definitely has some dark roasted caramel kind of notes. A little bit of chocolatey notes, I think. Maybe you should smell mine. I got more head on mine. I usually let other people stick their nose into my beer.
Or his head.
Yeah. Was it more fragrant than yours?
No, not really. I don't think that the foam added anything to it.
Interesting.
I definitely smell some chocolate, some charcoal, some a bit of vanilla.
That's
a
the
bit
sweetness. Yeah.
From sugary.
Now to speak to what Dave was going for earlier.
Speaking somebody who eats a lot of cereal, I can definitely taste the sugary part of it.
Smell the cereal part.
And if I spilled it on me, I'd probably get really sticky.
Well, interestingly enough, you mentioned looking at other beer reviews. Originally, I was sort of against looking at other beer reviews because I didn't want to be influenced.
That is actually a good thing, I think, because I've actually learned a lot from other people.
Yeah, we've sort of, when we first started that, I was like, hey, I got an idea. I'm going to review beer and put it on YouTube. What an original idea.
Oh, yeah, we started off this back about a year and a half ago going, hey, we got a sample pack. Let's just do some beer reviews and put it on YouTube. And then from there it went to, okay, let's get another case. Okay, another case. Hey, we should start doing some
Twist
graphics.
our arm to buy some more beer.
Some more beer. Oh, you know what? We really like this. Let's do some more beer.
And then
guess what? I'm hooked. I can't stop.
Much like my idea for 99-cent downloads, which Steve Jobs took from me.
Yes.
Not that I was in any position to do anything about it. Other people had the same idea.
We're seriously behind the curve.
Well, other people have up to 1,000, but stick with us because you'll be here at the beginning and you can say, I was there at the beginning. So, having said that, I have watched other people and they have other interesting opinions.
I want to taste this.
I think I do too.
Ready?
Cheers, buddy.
Well, cheers.
And cheers to you. You know, really quick, I just watched our second beer review and you were looking at Samuel Adams and said cheers on there and you were all like, what's this cheers? What is this, England? So if you weren't saying cheers, what would you say in America?
Oi.
No.
Cheers?
Yeah, so you do say cheers. Okay.
I say cheers.
But go back and watch.
I was thinking, I was watching, I have conversations with people in England, and whenever they talk to me, they go, cheers.
Cheers, mate.
And then I'm like, what, are you drinking to me or something?
Oh, yeah, bloody American
wanker. Cheers is thank you.
Yeah.
You know?
But hey, thank you and cheers to you guys.
Yeah,
all right,
cheers.
let's start over. Cheers.
Okay,
I didn't mean to interrupt you.
It's okay.
Now, this is not too cold, so we think this is right temperature for drinking a good stout. What do you think, buddy? I am more interested in what you have to say. I think the aftertaste on this is when the flavor really comes out.
Oh,
I think it's very smooth going down, but I must say, I love the aftertaste on this.
I love milk, too. See, lactose, milk, cereal, love my beer.
We've had beers with stouts with oatmeal in it, oats before, and called breakfast stout. We had that before. And this reminds me of that a lot in some ways, except for the oatmeal part.
Foster. What is that?
They had baby on the cover, and well, that's okay.
Anyway, I really like this.
All right, I am very now. Take your time. Let's do our little tasting.
I'm
we saw a beer review, and this is what the guy did. He did this. Now, personally, I thought he was a retard when he was doing that, but maybe there was something to that.
That's just because of the way we all look like retards.
Yeah, well, you know, when you're our age and you're overweight, like it's hard to look like,
this guy
wow.
had a really big beard, but he was a really cool dude. I liked him.
No, yeah, I should, excuse me, I should say challenge.
Challenge? He didn't look challenge. He looked like he knew what he was doing.
No, I want to meet this guy.
He had an awesome refrigerator full of all kinds of different beers. It was like going to the place
I admit, I was jealous.
Capone's.
I wanted to have his beer stock going on.
I did too, because he had different kind of beers I never saw before. But when I went to Capone's, people at Capone's, there you go, another plug.
Well, really quick, where'd you buy this case at?
Oh, I bought this case at the King of Prussia
beer outlet.
Beer outlet.
Yeah, we really like him over there.
I talked to Joe today. He was a really nice guy. He knew my name. When I walk in the door after like 4 or 5 days and not seeing anybody, and he went, Dave, and I went, wow, I'm a celebrity.
So we really appreciate it. That's not to say we don't love our other beer distributors too.
I give this a 9.
Dun dun dun! 9.
Yes.
All right. Well, I must say, let me categorize this really quick. You know what? In the stout category, I also give this a 9. Dave, I would buy this beer.
I would buy this beer every week.
Dave would buy this beer every week. So there you have it. Jimm and Dave's beer review. Please don't drink and drive. Pregnant women should not drink alcohol. If you're under 21, please don't watch this nonsense. We're going to wrap this up because somebody just brought down food to us. When you saw me doing that, I was just like, don't come in. Don't interrupt the beer.
No, I meant thank you very much, but please hold on. Don't give him the shot.
Well, all right. He just dropped off the food and left, so we got a little bit more time. Dave, do you have anything else you'd like to add about this particular one?
I would love to try this beer again. I would buy this beer.
I would buy this beer.
If it wasn't as much as it was, I'd buy this beer every month.
Yeah, I mean, it's a little... how much was it? I didn't remember bought a case.
It was $39 with tax.
Okay, $4 case, not cheap, but it's worth it when it is of this
$35.
quality.
It's not bad. It was $35 with tax. You put a couple bucks on, you know.
Actually, I'm going to give this maybe... That's a very high rating. It definitely... 9. You know what?
I think I would give this point towards past a 9, but not yet a 9.5. I'd give it like a 9.25.
All right, that's fine. I might give this an 8.75. We were like honing it down here.
Yeah.
No particular reason.
I like this.
This is a little bit warmer. We're not doing it ice cold.
Sugary.
Yeah, it's.
And sometimes some beers are better warmer than they are cold.
Absolutely. You should always check the recommendation from a brewer about what they kind of glass to drink and what would be the optimal temperature. Now, I don't know. There wasn't any food pairings on this particular one here. But just off the top, I would say this would go really good with generally barbecue and chicken. And we're going to find out that in a second. So I don't have anything else to add. A friend of my son's named Cody gave me one of these. I was like, I couldn't save it for Dave because he gave it to me. I'm like, okay, I'll try it now. But I knew Dave would love this, and I'm really happy. The folks over at K Pressure,
case, and I will be drinking more of this.
Joe and the folks over at K Pressure Beer Outlet gave this to us. So
yes, Joe.
Big plug.
Joe, good guy. Buddy. Thank you very much.
Yeah, that's good. I mean, I'm not a stout guy, but I like this.
You know what, though? With all these different kind of beer tastings and again different kind of beers, I'm finding myself having to drive a lot farther to get beer now instead of right down the street.
Well, that's the thing. As your palate expands, it is worth going places. Now, around us, we have many different places.
And I've met some interesting people.
Nice people.
Met very interesting lives.
And quite frankly, I like meeting people who have a lot more beer knowledge than me.
Yes.
Who I can just walk into the beer distributor and I say, this is what I like. Well, there's this, there's it. It's fantastic.
This is something I wish I could pursue in a career.
Well, maybe we will. So we're here to announce the Jimm and Dave Brewing Initiative. Yes. We are raising funds that we can get our own home brew set going. We want to do our own beer.
That would not be bad to brew our own beer, yes.
We're going to start with...
stouts and lagers.
Stouts and porter, absolutely.
Stouts and porter.
It said that's the easiest one to do.
Is it really?
It is.
Okay, because it sits longer, so you don't have to worry about it. Like some beers, like I guess the pale ales and lagers, you don't do as long, maybe.
Well, different beers are top fermenting, and some are bottom fermenting, and it's all very complex, and it's apparently a lot to clean up. But I have some people who want to help me with that, so we'll look forward to that in the future. That's just a little taste, a little teaser. God knows when it's going to happen. But anyway, our food smells really good. We're hungry.
Yes, I am.
So please comment below.
And to go with this beer, very good.
Thank you very much.
Please do not drink and drive. Do not drink if you're pregnant.
I think I did a disclaimer like 5 minutes ago, actually.
I don't remember.
That's good beer.
I really like this beer and I want more.
Yeah, say goodbye, Dave.
Goodbye, Dave.